Hi, welcome to tonight's Shrimps panel, the Hit the Bar. And we've got Holpy with us again from last week. We've got Gareth, who's joined us from a few weeks ago, regular contributor. And we've got Mark here today, chipping in. Late sub, I have to say, but very welcome all the same. I think we'll start off with the game on Saturday. Notts County, three of us were there and put in a decent performance. I'm not going to say that we should have won or anything like that. How did you sum it up? Their quality just a little bit better than ours?
Well, at half time, I genuinely thought that first half, I thought we played quite well. We contained them massively, maybe without McGoldrick, we've got to remember. So going into it, I sort of thought we could have nicked something. Like me and Ellen last week to 1-0. Not going to lie, at half time, the way we played, I thought we could have nicked something. So we'd still had like people on the bench say like Hallam Hope to come on or Marcus Stackers, and I thought, we could nick something here. But then obviously we had an accidental slip up from Ryan Schofield, and the rest is history, shall we say?
Yeah. Did you put that down to him, Swids? Was it as bad a mistake as people are saying? You think?
I'm not sure. Look, mistakes happen. It's not. And I know we always say that stuff like that makes all the difference, but we had opportunities as well. We could have come back into it. Like Hope said, that first half, at half time, I was really happy, and I thought we might just nick something. But the only thing I will say, at least it wasn't 1-0, it was 2-0.
Yeah. You've been frustrated again, wouldn't you?
Frustrated. Yeah.
I mean, I'd said one apiece, and for a long part of the game, I thought I could be right here because, like you said, we were making the chances, weren't we?
Yeah, we definitely were. And I'll tell you what as well, I've read on all the forums, on the League Two forums, that they're saying how dirty we were.
We weren't.
We just
I don't know where
weren't.
that come from.
No.
I was
we
saying about the
played pretty
referee
well.
as well.
So the referee definitely didn't have us
One-sided.
as his favourites,
It was
did he?
so one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how you watch games, and we were like, the one theme that all the fans were chanting was how bad the referee was.
Yeah.
And they're saying referee was terrible, and we were a bunch of thugs. I mean, I didn't say that at all.
Just not having it. Just not having that, because we're not, and there might have been one or two slightly late tackles, but there's no intent with that, and we do.
And it was the other way around as well.
Yeah, and it wasn't our game plan. It never is. That's not
We're
part
Derek
of our
Adams' side. He's the least thuggish person I've ever met.
Yeah, sometimes you want them to be a bit more aggressive, or you want them to go down when they touch the
Well, that's for Saturday.
But again, to say they're up there at the top, I don't think there's the whole league between us. It just continues to be frustrating, doesn't it? And again, what I will say is that the fans were superb.
Magnificent.
Once again, superb. And the players came over at the end, appreciated that.
Yeah.
And, whatever happens this season, we can we can stand up and say that the fans were behind the players all season, and we backed the players, and the players appreciated that.
Yeah. I mean, Gareth, I know you weren't there Saturday, but you have seen the games. Are we just being rose-tinted and a bit too nice on the players when we say things like Fleetwood game, the Newport game, and the Notts County game? We could have won all three of those, and nobody had gone, that's daylight robbery. We played really well in all those games, and we've come away with 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, like Angle hit the post, didn't he? Again, it's a different game if maybe that goes in.
Yeah.
We've just been on the wrong side, haven't we, of the results, I think, most of the season. Referee, again, we just mentioned referees, we don't seem to get those decisions, do we? The 50-50s never seem to go our way. Just these next three games are massive, let's be honest. But no, I think, Alan, that's the great thing about League Two, is anybody can beat anybody, I think.
Yeah. I just think over these last three games, I think we've turned from a team, I don't know, might just be me, I think we've turned from a team that's trying really hard but just isn't good enough, to a team that actually looks a decent team.
Yeah, but now we're creating chances.
Yeah.
I mean, so many chances at Newport. So we are a better side now. There's no doubt the new signings have made a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
And I'm going to matches now thinking we're going to score.
Yeah.
Which I think before Christmas we weren't looking like scoring.
And I know we spoke about Newport last week, but I've had time to think about it longer since. I'm still scratching my head how we didn't get something from that game.
Keeper had a worldie, didn't he?
Their keeper had a worldie. Their goal again, it was just a bit of sloppiness at the back.
And sloppiness from Jamie Stott.
Yeah.
And let's be fair, you can count them on the fingers of one finger.
It's like someone's got a curse on Marcus Dackers. He scored once and then we won't let him score again.
But again, two great efforts. You know, if had they gone in, you'd have said to both of them, what great headers they were. You know, and the one that
he's definitely looking a better player.
He's playing with more confidence.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's got the off his back now into the goal.
Dallas slightly quiet, but contributed well again on Saturday. Cook again. I mean,
I will say,
really
he's getting better and better. I think.
What I will say about Dallas, more match fit.
Dallas has got his record is 1-4 or 1-3, so he's due another goal. But he has got a really good goal scoring record. So,
well, if it's
back him on Saturday to score.
If it's 1-3, he's not due another goal for another couple of matches. That's the trouble. He scored 2.
But that was in one game, so yeah,
all right.
He likes scoring at home, shall we say?
Saturday.
The next 3 games are at home.
So. No midweek game, but there were midweek games, and by and large, hoping the results pretty much went as we would have wanted.
Yeah, not exactly how we would have wanted with Tranmere and Fleetwood. But yeah, pretty much went our way. But again, Fleetwood, what's going on with him? Against a relegation side, we beat them quite lusciously. And then we can't even score against Tranmere.
You never know who was going to turn up.
The shot at, the players rumouredly don't want to play for the club. The fans have completely fallen out in love. Yeah. Oh, not Morecambe. They love us. The fans hate the manager, but the owner still backs him, and it's just.
Well, long may that continue.
Yeah, exactly. Say that again. It's just a shame that Carlisle got rid of Mike Williamson when we did. But again, we've not brought in anyone better, have they?
So we've got Carlisle that we need to keep ahead of, obviously. Yeah. We want to get the closest one to us in Tranmere, and you're saying there's a bit of turmoil there.
Yeah,
and we're not far off getting at least level with them. So we need to get above them. Any other clubs you can see dropping into it?
I think when we look a little bit further up, I think Aki and Gillingham could be at risk. And Harrogate definitely. After Tranmere, I think they're the 3 teams above us, but they're all on. I think Aki and Gillingham have both got a game in hand on us, and whereas us, Tranmere and Carlisle have all played, I think about 31-ish.
Yeah, but I mean, we can help to drag Accrington in it on Saturday. So. How big a game is that, Gareth, for us?
It's a huge game because, like we were saying before, it drags them back into it. They've had a couple of injuries this week as well. By all accounts, on Tuesday they lost Farron Rawson and another defender.
Oh,
so do with that because Farron Rawson was excellent against
the went off before half time.
Didn't know that. Wow, that is a big loss.
Donald Love didn't play, so I don't know whether he was injured anyway. But Farron Rawson went off before half time, and somebody else went off. So that might work in our favour. What we can't do is we can't let Accrington win. Because if Accrington win, the gap's going to be.
Well, there is one player you probably see starting on Saturday, and that's
Charlie.
That's Charlie. It could be another Kevin Ellison situation, couldn't it? With Derek.
I don't think that's not in Charlie's locker. That I don't think. No. He might. He's a good player, but I don't think he'd be the type to rub anything in anybody's face. I think. I think he'd have more respect.
Well, let's hope we don't get the chance to find out.
Let's play him off the park.
So Saturday is massive,
huge, isn't it?
Yeah. And I just really hope that everybody turns out. It's for me, it's one of the biggest matches of the season now. Yeah. We've always got a needle with Accrington, so I just really hope that we turn up, that the fans do a brilliant job like they've done, for the last few matches. Let's get that drum going. Let's get everybody behind the players and make some real good atmosphere. The players respond to that.
It's funny you say that because we've actually got the start of Back for Lads campaign on
Saturday.
One. That starts with the big surfer flag. That's the first plan in a long list of plans for the atmosphere group.
Excellent.
So everything's coming together and hopefully it should be a great atmosphere.
But isn't that a good thing at the moment? At least we're together, the fans and the players, bar a few little quibbles that everybody has about individual choices, all that sort of stuff. The fans and the players are massively together. And we're sensing you don't have that at all the other clubs that are in the league. I mean, Gillingham, you mentioned them. There's always one club, isn't there, that comes from just below mid-table and plummets towards the end of the season.
They don't like Coley.
Gillingham are not into Coley at all. They've got some terrible results. Accrington aren't getting the results that they were middle of the season. You're saying Tranmere, there's a lot of unrest there. It might just be that's what determines it. Who's
honestly,
together? Who's the most together?
I agree, and I think it does make a difference. So sometimes the atmosphere has been a little bit flat at some points at home, and it's one of those. Well, I think we're waiting for the players to do something, and we'll chip. No, well, actually, let's get behind it. Let's make
it's difficult because, like you say, the fans do respond to the team, and for a few weeks before,
I think the players respond to the fans as well.
Of course, it is.
Chicken and egg thing, isn't it?
But we've had a bit of an up now. With the Fleetwood game, which was a cracking win and a great performance. We've now got that up. I mean, before that, you had the Crew game where it was a bit flat, really.
I just love it.
Perfect excuse in there on Saturday.
I just love it if there was some kind of coordination where somebody got all the singers together, put out a play, got all the singers together, got the Charlie, the drummer at the back, and got that going, and and everybody, because the away matches, all the singers stand together, and it seems at home there's some over there, there's some down there, there's some over there. Let's get everybody together. It's a massive match on Saturday, and let's get everybody,
because they were at Morecambe. I mean, we've seen it, haven't we? We've seen it lots of times with Morecambe, but sitting second from bottom and taking 200 or 300 fans, whatever it was, and making that noise last Saturday from the start to beyond the end of the game, I was just blown away. I thought it was fantastic on Saturday.
That's our away support.
Yeah.
We're honestly, I've been to so
even
many
in Newport where you've only got 40 on there.
We're an absolute credit to the club.
And bizarrely, I think it's attracting. So I've been to more away matches this season than I did last season or the season before.
You'll catch a bug soon.
Well,
you'll catch that.
I've done my time. I think I think there was about 8 seasons where I went to nearly every away match, but I just think that I feel more invested this season in trying to do the best that we can to support the guys.
And the other thing about the Fleetwood games, I think we had a better crowd on that day, and we had quite a few people who hadn't been much. They must have enjoyed that match against Fleetwood, so hopefully they'll come back on Saturday.
Yeah, to another local derby, another important one that everybody knows is a massive game. Yeah. It's a massive game.
So hopefully they'll all come back Saturday.
So, I don't know whether I call that right, Matt. What are we saying? Because the atmosphere has been so great away from home at matches this season, it's kind of enticed you to go more. Is that what you mean?
Yes and no. So I've loved the atmosphere at every match, and every match I've been to, I've just loved the atmosphere. But no, it's more about, for me, I want to do it as much as I possibly can to support them. So that's why I've been to as many as I possibly can this year. And it's more about, I don't want any regrets at the end of the season. So I just want to play my part. There's loads of other people playing their part, and I just feel more invested this year, I think, in being a fan.
Is that because of the plight that we've been in? Because we've been near the bottom and nearing relegation?
I think so, and I think what we've done this year is most fans have stood shoulder to shoulder, and I think there's a real movement there, So I think again, this feeling invested. Some seasons come and go. This season, I don't think we'll ever forget. For one reason or another, we'll never forget it.
It's definitely been an interesting season, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Even though we have,
And it'll feel, I think, if we stay up, the minute that's confirmed that we're staying up, it'll feel like a part. We'll just pass.
Almost feel like a promotion, won't it? Yeah. Talking about promotion and relegation, there's something that you mentioned on a bit earlier, Open, just before we were on air. A bit of a move is there for 3 up, 3 down from the National League, so effectively from non-league into the league. Is that something that's coming on?
There's 72 teams in the National League North and National League South. They've all come together to ask. I think it's on a voting system. I think we've asked for the EFL to come together and vote on whether we should be 3 up, 3 down from League 2 down to the National League. So it's quite an interesting topic, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, put our position aside for a moment, Gareth. What do you think about that as a prospect?
Yeah, definitely in favour of it. Yeah. People talk about this world-class system that we have in this system, the pyramid system, and that's great until it gets to the National League level.
Yeah.
And then it seems a bit unfair because it's only 2 up. So, for example, the year when Notts County and Wrexham were fighting it out and in 2-horse race, nobody else got a look in that year.
No, because they were always the bigger clubs that had been invested, and they were always going to go up.
So I think it's the right way to go.
Yeah,
100%.
I think I'd be in favour. I mean, we go back to the days when You had to, well, I do anyway, where you have to vote a team in. Don't want to go back to all that sort of stuff again, but it does seem a bit daft that you've got 3 and then is it like 4 coming down and 4 going up?
Well, when we were in the conference, it was 1 up, 1 down for many years.
Yeah.
If you were that unlucky team that came down, and then you'd see them come down and they'd drop, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But we were definitely Morecambe Football Club were definitely part of spearheading that campaign for 2 up, which brought in the playoffs, and that was a game changer for us as a club.
Yeah.
So I can imagine again, if it's 2 up automatically, then the playoffs again, just seems fairer, doesn't it?
It's a lot
just
fairer.
seems fair.
I think it is. I mean,
although not this season.
No,
well, it wouldn't be this season. Of course, it wouldn't, and it might not play into our favour in a future season or something. But I think you just got to be right. I mean, we go back. It's not too long ago when Morecambe Football Club, they were one of the best financed and best supported clubs in non-league. Now, when I have debates with younger fans, it has to say most of the time when the Morecambe should be doing this and should be doing that, and I go, hang on a minute. You look at the teams that are either level-ish with us or above us, and there's only a few you can point to, maybe Burton Albion, likes of Accrington and Harrogate, Bromley, who we would say we've always at least been on a par with.
Yeah.
But then you look below us, and you've got York City, Chester, Darlington, Oldham, Bury, Rochdale, Scunthorpe, Torquay, Aldershot, teams like there's loads below us who were much, much bigger than us and would be again if they came up.
Yeah.
So
I think in days gone by, Glenn, I think you could look at probably 2 or 3 teams from the National League who you may think they might stay up.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at a dozen teams who could
at least
quite comfortably stay up.
Yeah.
Like look at Bromley this year, everyone thought Bromley were going to struggle. And they've actually
And
gone on to do
Chesterfield
it.
as well,
and they're not the best example,
No.
possibly.
No.
If you're looking at teams down below us, look at Oldham and Bury. They're at 8,000 every week. They're
Big excellent.
as long as everything's they're not getting ripped off by a new owner or something like that. They're going to stay up comfortably.
No,
But also the National League will become a better product as a result.
Yeah.
Can we not just bring them into the EFL and call it League 3?
League.
And everybody's happy then.
Ultimately, it will be less thin like that. The
Yeah,
more
yeah.
free promotion players, I think it'll become more part of the
National League pretty much is League 3 anyway, isn't
Well,
it? Really?
there you go.
Anyhow, that's for debate for other people and probably for another time. What isn't up for debate is we have got to beat Accrington on Saturday and we need everybody's support. So come on, you shrimps.
Up the shrimps.
Up the streets.